Here are 5 signs that you are burning muscle instead of fat if you're heavy into cardio. And I'll tell you right now, I know the first one's gonna have everybody in the chokehold. I lost 70 pounds in 9 months by cleaning up my diet. I started to count macros. I ate high protein. I eliminated processed sugar. And for the most part, I ate whole, unprocessed food. I added running and strength training to my fitness routine. And I looked up and I had lost 70 pounds in 9 months. After losing the weight, I had tummy tuck skin removal surgery, and then I went on to lose an additional 16 pounds training for a marathon. So the first sign that you're probably burning muscle and not fat, especially if you're heavy into cardio, is if you're losing weight too fast. And I know that we tend to think that all weight loss is good weight loss. If the scale is going down, I'm happy. And I'm here to tell you that all weight loss is not good weight loss, especially if you're sacrificing your muscle in order to lose weight. That is one of the things that too much cardio does for your body. You get to a certain threshold where you're no longer burning fat. It's more efficient for your body to burn off the muscle, and that's what it does. And so if you are dropping pounds on the scale very rapidly, you are not only losing fat, you're also losing your muscle as well. And I'm going to tell you in a minute why that is counterintuitive to weight loss. The second sign that you are probably burning muscle instead of fat is if you are eating too little protein. Now, I like to eat about 150 grams of protein a day. That is my goal. I went to the TDEE calculator and I put in my information and I looked up what my protein goal needed to be for moderate to high protein consumption, and it's about 150 grams. And so that is what I eat per day. I would highly recommend you go to the TDEE calculator, put in your own information, and then let it tell you exactly what your protein goal should be for your specific weight loss goals. But we really need protein, good high quality protein, in order to maintain and to build muscle. And so if you're not getting in enough protein, your diet is more along the higher carbs, higher sugar side, and you are losing weight using cardio, then you are absolutely burning muscle instead of fat. And the third sign that you're burning muscle and not fat if you're heavy into cardio is you look smaller, but your body is less toned. This is what we call skinny fat. And so you have basically burned off all your muscle. You still have fat there. You're smaller, yes, but you're not as strong as you could be. And I found myself in this position when I was training for a marathon last year. I lost 16 pounds over the course of 18 weeks. And it was simply because I had cut back on my strength training as I got closer to the end of marathon training, simply because I was just doing so much running. And so now I'm doing all of this cardio and I'm burning off my muscle. The day of the marathon, I woke up, I was 132 pounds. I woke up and I took a video of myself and I was like, I look really thin. And I knew that I didn't feel as strong as I had before. And it didn't occur to me until after the fact that I had slacked off on strength training, and therefore the 16 pounds that I lost over the course of marathon training, a lot of that was precious muscle and not actual fat. And so I went right back to strength training after the marathon in order to rebuild some of the muscle mass that I had lost and to retone my body. And so you can absolutely lose weight, you can absolutely look skinny, but you will not look strong. And we want to be strong as we age. It is important that we preserve the precious muscle mass that we have and not burn it off doing too much cardio. The fourth sign that you're burning muscle and not fat, especially if you're heavy into cardio, is if your fat loss has actually stopped. If you were losing pounds and pounds and pounds and then you hit a plateau, it is probably because you've burned off all of your muscle, and you need that muscle in order to actually burn off fat. That is one of the functions of our muscles. And so think about it. If you are extreme dieting and you're dropping these pounds, which is actually, a lot of it is your precious muscle, you're going to get to the point where you don't have the muscle that it takes to actually burn the fat on your body. Hence, you get back to the place where you're skinny fat. You have a lot of fat and you have no muscle, and you can't burn off that fat simply because you've burnt off all your muscle. It all works together. And then the fifth sign that you are probably burning muscle mass and not fat if you're heavy into cardio, and I kind of alluded to it before, is if you're skipping strength training. If you know that you are not strength training, or you know you're not doing enough strength training, then yes, you are probably absolutely burning off your muscle and not fat. Especially if you're dropping pounds on the scale, those pounds are probably your muscle that you actually need. Now, this is especially important for women over 40 like me. I'm 45. Again, I mentioned that I was doing a lot of cardio and I wasn't lifting weights, and I really paid the price for that. We lose muscle as we age, and so this is extremely important that we pick up the weights. I know that we like cardio. I am cardio queen. I like to sweat. It's fun. And I didn't tend to care for strength training in the past, but now I see the importance of strength training. Now I understand that I don't need strength training to lose weight. I need strength training to be healthy, and it doesn't matter what that number on the scale says. I was 132 pounds when I was at my lowest, right on the day of that marathon, when I was like, man, I am really thin. I had burned off all my muscle, and immediately after that, I got up to about 138 pounds. I put on 6 pounds of good muscle. I looked so much better. I felt so much better. I felt so much stronger than I had felt at 132. And so we can't let the number on the scale dictate health to us. And especially if we are over 40. We need to get over our fear of lifting weights, get into the gym, and do it 4 to 5 times per week. I like to do a split where I'm working on a different part of my body every day, and that's all it really takes. 4 to 5 times a week, lifting weights in the gym. And you don't even have to lift heavy. I know that some people don't like to lift because they think they're going to get really muscular. You don't have enough testosterone in your body to do that. You would have to supplement in order to really bulk up. But we have to pick up the weights, and the earlier that you can do it, the better. Don't wait until you're over 40. If you're in your 20s or your 30s, it's important that you strength train. There is a reason why people say that. We tend not to listen, or at least I didn't listen in my younger years, but now that I'm over the age of 40, I understand exactly what they were talking about. Let's pick up the weights. So the key to healthy weight loss is going to be nutrition and strength training. You want to focus on your protein intake, getting in some good high quality protein. Again, go to the TDEE calculator and take a look to see what your protein goals should be. And then you also want to pick up the weights. I know we like cardio, but too much of cardio can be a bad thing. Get in your cardio, limit it to no more than about 45 minutes a session, but then incorporate into your routine a strength training program where you can hit all of the major muscle groups at least once a week. And if you get these two things right, they're going to lead to a weight loss of somewhere about 1 to 2 pounds per week, which is a healthy rate of weight loss to ensure that you are actually burning fat as opposed to your muscle. And then don't forget to rest. Our body needs rest and recovery in order to heal from the activities that we put it through. And so rest is also going to play a big factor in your ability to maintain your muscle, burn fat, and lose weight the right way. If this video has been helpful to you, take a moment and give it a thumbs up. If you haven't joined the community yet, take a moment, hit the subscribe button. I would love to have you here as part of the community. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.